there's one reaction that I think I almost owe to you guys, and that is the complete collapse of one of my sponsors. That I have maybe cursed them because Artesian Builds. I've been with them for like a month, and boy howdy, I sure haven't made any money, and they've completely collapsed. So what do you say we do a little breakdown of our friends Artesian Builds. All right, let's go. So this is okay. So in good conscience, I should probably give you guys the link here. And this is by, you guys should definitely check this video out itself. This is let's see, Gamers Nexus. Okay, Gamers Nexus is a massive channel. And we'll just post it right there. Okay, obviously credit where credit's due. Okay, let's see.
You know, this is the problem. The tone doesn't match. To which I replied,
okay, this is just the intro. I'm gonna skip beyond this. All right, but oh no, maybe not. Okay.
that's not how that works. The system integrator Artesian Builds has been in a lot of trouble over the last few weeks, and now they're going to be in more trouble because the company has decided to lay off all of its employees via Slack tonight. It's a nice message for the team to wake up to. So we've been in discussion actually with CEO Noah Katz for a couple of days now about flying out to...
Okay, guys, so if you guys don't know, Artesian Builds was doing a PC giveaway on live stream, which I guess they do sometimes. And we, they drew the winner in their ambassador program and decided the ambassador was not active enough as a streamer to get the PC. Which is, if you're like, wow, that's sort of a self-licking ice cream cone, because it's like you will be more active as a streamer if you have the tools you need to stream. Yes, true genius we're talking about here. Now, what I will say is that watching the video, which I've finally done, is pretty actually like hard to watch in a cringy way. What's going on, Jacob Ling?
Do an interview with him in the same way that we did one with Newegg, and it would be up to Katz here to make matters better or worse depending on how he performed on camera. This we hadn't made public at all until this point because we were still working on details. And while this was all happening, we were hearing from a lot of employees and former employees from Artesian Builds, a much larger company than we initially thought,
Papo?
And probably than most of you knew of, and heard basically the horror stories that led to the downfall, and it's more than just the mistakes that happened on the stream last week.
Yeah, so I'm going to share my perspective on this. So I saw the brief video that kind of went viral of Artesian's live builds where they decided the person who received it didn't stream enough to get it, and it seemed like kind of a jerk move. And what I'm going to say, I am, as they point out, Artesian's like 50 people. This isn't like Amazon. This isn't like some sort of megacorp, but 50 people is a lot. It's a big company. And, the internet like pile-on culture, I have sort of a problem with. Often things are presented without sufficient context. It's a 10-second long viral clip that you decide you've seen everything you need, and you pile on to them and punish them way out of proportion to what's happened. Certainly a host, right, I was like, maybe the host had received unclear instructions. Maybe this person actually wasn't in the ambassador program. Maybe they had actually been disenrolled and just not taken out of the drawing. Right? It could be any number of things that with additional context could make it relevant. But one of the things is, even if they're in the wrong, right, if it's something not especially egregious, i.e. someone isn't being hurt or like defrauded, I'm like, hey, everybody makes mistakes. They deserve a chance to make this person whole, right? They deserve a shot to be like, hey, we screwed up. You're right. We shouldn't have done this. We're sorry, and we're going to try to make it right. That would be and you want to be generous. You want to give people a chance to do a solid, right? To be decent people, right? Because anybody can be a decent person when they, you know, never make a mistake. But it's hard. It's hard to make a mistake and do the right thing. And I'm like, hey, I think Artesian can actually show some like character as a business and come back and do this, right? And get through this controversy. Certainly, it wouldn't be the first time a company has done something controversial and come back from it. And again, this is one host on one stream doing something stupid. It shouldn't be a reflection of, again, the 50 other people that work at Artesian. Hey, what's going on, Father Sweden? What's going on, Alderin? So that's why I was like, hey, I just took a wait and see approach, right? Because the knee-jerk reaction is usually the jerk reaction.
Before that, this video is brought to you by Lexar's Professional Series 2000X SD.
But you guys should check, check out this video. Like I said, I put the link in the chat there.
For at least 4 years now, having bought them ourselves.
This is from Gamers Nexus. So Father Sweden, yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, the link is in the chat, but this is Gamers Nexus take their breakdown of sort of what is going on with Artesian Builds. Obviously, I'm invested in this since we were brought into their ambassador program just in time for them to kill it. Like, yeah. So anyway, I feel like I have I have a right to at least comment on this for a little bit, or I have a responsibility.
At about 1 a.m. I'm gonna stay and edit and upload this thing. So,
but do check out the original video. I'm not planning on like finishing it. I just want to cover the core parts of the controversy.
The editing isn't going to be as tight as it normally is, but work with us here. Okay, so for the past week, we've been privately 50 people who've lost their jobs tonight by complete surprise from a scenario which was probably recoverable. I mean, the whole taking away the giveaway PC, that's not a nice thing to do. But then you look at their business license, which has been suspended by...
Yeah, I didn't know this. Their business license is suspended.
...the state of California for some kind of tax issue, and the way they handled the rest of the business. And obviously there were much deeper problems because a company doing enough builds to support 50 employees isn't going to get torpedoed over a bad series of giveaways as long...
Yeah, I don't know what you would have to do to lose your business license. Probably commit fraud. There would probably have to be a pretty strong suspicion of fraud, or I guess it's possible if there was some administrative action you needed to take. For example, you changed your address and didn't update it, right? And so the business office just got a bunch of return to sender, or you registered to a non-existent address maybe, or maybe it's like the business bureau checks against, oh, thanks for the sub, Angry Sung Haley. Hopefully it hits different in a good way. This also isn't my typical fare, right? This is a gaming news update, so I can see. I feel like I have stuff to share in so much as Artesian's, was one of my sponsors. So I feel like I have an obligation to comment on this, but we're gonna hopefully do some other stuff. Yeah. I'm glad my pronunciation came in a solid.
As long as they can address it properly.
So anyway, the point of all this is you have to, if you're a 50-person company, like you do have to make some pretty bad mistakes to get your business license revoked. Like that's for sure. Because if at 50 people, you can afford like a lawyer, you can afford to have your in-house counsel, you can afford to have some accountants, like all these things can be resolved.
Which they didn't do that either. But anyway, it's really sad to see how many people end up out onto the street over the actions of a CEO who is running a PC building company and yet is infatuated with trying to become famous on Twitch. Those things, they don't really go together. So first up, we didn't realize this, but Artesian Builds is in fact big enough to have 2 locations. It has one in the San Francisco area.
All right,
that's
where
all
of locations.
And that was mostly handled by the CEO, Noah Katz, and whatever team that he had there. The East Coast office is actually happening in one location, and then sort of the promotional activities for the business, like building things for internet famous streamers, is happening in the other location. And to just catch you up on matters as we ramp into this, a couple of bullet points. Artesian Builds, if you don't know, is a PC building system integrator. That means they build custom PCs.
All right, let's see. Here's the hard to watch clip of them.
Frankly, yourself and us, if we're giving you a free computer.
Wait,
The
what?
ambassador program is changing. Everyone currently in it stays in it. But the ambassador level of our... The ambassador... Seriously. We need...
Giveaway
Wait,
as it
I
was
gotta see
happening
this. Okay.
in a live stream.
This is an ambassador giveaway. This is not for people that aren't taking streaming seriously. We need you to be promoting, frankly, yourself and us if we're giving you a free computer.
I gotta say, it's on them to bring people into or not bring them into the ambassador program, right? Like, I was required to give them my YouTube channel and my I mean, not give them the channel, obviously, but provide a link to the channel, provide a link to my Twitch, and that's what I got in on. So, like, if you looked at my Twitch, I do not qualify on Twitch alone for the ambassador program. I qualify on the totality. I qualify basically through YouTube. So yeah, I don't think he even realizes his own ambassador program. Like, you could look at someone on stream and see very little content or very little engagement, and that person could still be, by their own terms, in the ambassador program.
The ambassador program is changing. Everyone currently in it stays in it. But the ambassador level of our program is going to rise up. It's already sort of risen up a little bit. Gamers rise up. And it's going to be a little bit harder to enter.
Luke Blitz, okay, these are not going to be that long, and I'm not going to do this entire one. I just, again, I feel like I have an obligation to break down the Artisan situation because I was in their ambassador program.
That level. But affiliates who start out at the lowest level can ascend gloriously as if caught in a tractor beam.
Yeah, I absolutely hate the tiered affiliate level. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, because affiliate programs are based on sales numbers. There is no reason that a major person like Pestily, no, we're going to do the ambassador stuff. Don't worry. And then the next one we'll see. If you have suggestions, throw them in chat for a decent video. Otherwise, my plan is to actually do the fall of FPS Russia because I love FPS Russia. But no, I hate tiered affiliate programs because it's like an affiliate program by definition is just a percentage of total sales generated. If you're small, you will reach fewer people and generate fewer sales. If you're big, you will reach more people and generate more sales, right? And so the idea that you can give more rewards to people with greater clout is the opposite of fair, in my opinion. And I actually don't like affiliate programs a ton anyway, because it's not my job to sell your product. And your product, right? The better the product, the less you need me to sell it, right? And there's a point where it's just like, hey, raising awareness. But there's a little too much of the sales component on affiliate links. Again, I have obviously zero problem helping games, products, services, like reach an audience and raise awareness of their existence, right? A lot of them are good. And I try my best to screen for stuff that's, offering like FDA approved treatments and that are offering honest services. And, I obviously am not out here promoting like gambling sites or crypto. But my job is not like, I'm not a salesman, right? If I'm selling anything, I'm selling entertainment and knowledge, right? And so, yeah, this whole like, oh, you got to be a tiered affiliate. Once you get into affiliate tiers, it sounds a lot like multi-level marketing. If you've ever seen like the Lululemon, sorry, not Lululemon. Oh my gosh, what is it called? It's the women's stretch pants products that they sell, that they make them all buy. It's every military wife does it. Oh my God, they're terrible. It sounds a lot like Lululemon. It's like LuLaRoe. That's it, LuLaRoe. Yeah, LuLaRoe. They're just like, yeah, they're these like yoga pant tights things, and LuLaRoe is just terrible. They're a pyramid scheme in which women are expected to spend their own money, large amounts of it, on this product that they then sell to basically their friends and family, and they very quickly run out. Yeah, and their target audience is a stay-at-home parent, almost always a mother or woman, and they want them to get the prestige of having a job without having to sacrifice, right, the necessary like time watching their kids. And that's hard. There's not a lot of jobs that will let you be a parent, you know, full time and still work around them. And this again, LuLaRoe is just, it bothers me the most because their marketing is a lot of like girl boss empowerment shit, and I hate that because it's not really. And like you can be a perfectly empowered, independent woman, feminist who, and it's not contingent on you selling fucking yoga pants, right? So yeah, Avon's the same way. Avon's the exact same way. And you sell it to your friends, you buy all this product with your own money, and then you never turn a profit. And a portion of, you get a cut of every single sale that your little sales team, your friends that you recruit, you get a portion of what they sell. So you don't want to sell product, or you want to sell these salespeople product. And so it's about recruiting other people and taking more and more cuts of what they sell. Girl Scout cookies do not count lost riches, and that's because there's only the base manufacturer and the scouts themselves, or the scout troops. The scout troops will place their order from the manufacturer. It shows up. The Girl Scouts sell it. That's it. There's 2 steps: manufacturer, distributor, period. Multi-level marketing is defined by having lots and lots and lots and lots of layers, and that the like tentacles, the layers reach all the way down and grab a portion of sales all the way down to the street level. And again, that's not how this normally works. So anyway, all of these affiliate programs sometimes have just a little bit too much. And so anyway, one of the things that LuLaRoe also does is they give a greater cut to people higher on the pyramid, right? So it actually is harder. You're less likely to ascend or make the business profitable the lower you are on the pyramid, right? It'd be like the person least likely to make money. Like most, if a car salesman sells a car, that their boss gets like a 10% cut and they get like a 5% commission, you know? So it's backwards, right? And that's what some of these affiliate programs start to feel like after a while, especially when they're tiered like this. And again, this dude like doesn't sound, I mean, one, the Star-Lord jacket is a little cringe. But let's just see.
On to the next level. And ambassadors who slay it.
Right. Exactly. He's got an ambassador tier, an affiliate tier, and I'm sure your ambassadors are going to be recruiting affiliates in no time.
May even become partners at some point.
Yeah. See, exactly. Partner, affiliate. Like I said, once you have tiers of salesmen, Herbalife is another one. Herbalife's another MLM. I hate them all so much because they take something that is really hard to do, and they con people. They con people who don't understand the difference between selling a product. And the thing is, this is the golden age of the one-person business, of the home business. You have Etsy, right? Where you can, if you want to sell stretchy yoga pants, you could literally stitch them in your own house and sell them on Etsy. It'd be cheaper and easier than doing this LuLaRoe stuff, right? And if you want to sell stuff, literally, yeah. And if you want to sell, like I used to flip junk on eBay. I would go to estate sales, find stuff in people's estates that was underpriced by the estate sale liquidator, and then I would take it, clean it up, list it on eBay, pack and ship it, and the margins were good. My average margin was like 75% of profit margins. It was a decent business, but you had to hustle, and you weren't going to make $1 for nothing. And these companies take advantage of the fact that people don't understand how to hustle. Even, yeah, the drop shipping, right? Cheap Chinese junk on cheap Chinese platforms and resell. Yeah. I mean, these are businesses and they're risks. That's the other thing. Business, it intrinsically entails a level of risk, but the point of a business is that you control it, right? At the end of the day, you're not going to buy a bunch of junk you don't need. And yeah, the whole like be your own CEO, like guess what, dude? Being a CEO is hard. It is hard stuff. And you know, I don't call myself a CEO. I call myself a hustler. You know, I was hustling up. But yeah, this dude, it almost sounds in this conversation like he was preparing people to roll out some sort of MLM scheme.
And partners who slay it will become gods.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It is a
Yep,
it's not even a scheme per se. It's
will become gods.
And basically gloated about the fact that people who were being drawn for the giveaway were then being rejected to receive the computer that was being given away.
Gecko, we run the contest, we make the rules. It's a slight change because we don't want to give PCs to people that quit playing the game. That's silly.
What game are they building it for?
Pick a random name. I'd love to.
So people were getting rejected because they weren't going to be able to do enough for Artesian Builds, and so screw them, I guess, is sort of how it went down.
Just really kills the energy of the drawing process. But
We have some questions about the legality of this on its own. Maybe that's part of why.
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, guys, doing giveaways is legally really, really tough. And if you are required to make a purchase, what am I going to start a cult? Yes, exactly. CEO, when I'll become a CEO, then I'm going to become a cult. That's a joke. I won't do either of those things, hopefully. Yeah, so when you do a giveaway, right, the Federal Trade Commission, you're required to meet some pretty stringent requirements, right? Because gambling is highly regulated in the US. And to run a gambling enterprise requires very, very meticulous state and federal level licensing. For example, in order to ensure that games aren't rigged, you're actually required to be inspected by a state gaming commission. So they will, for example, inspect your dealers and your decks. They will inspect your machines to ensure they pay out in accordance with state regulation. And all of that, those things trigger if basically you require payment in order to enter a contest in which you receive a thing of value, right? So if they say anyone can enter this PC giveaway, okay, you're fine. But if you say you actually have to buy so much equipment or have sold so much equipment to enter this giveaway, or you have to have generated that many purchases, you may be running really close up against those regulations. And it's going to depend on the state. It's going to depend on exact reading of federal law. But this is when you start playing this game, especially if you run a giveaway where you can change the terms and conditions on the fly like this, now you might even run further afoul of Federal Trade Commission because you cannot change the conditions after entry. So, yeah, plan to do a giveaway? Well, Lost Riches, I did a giveaway when we came on here, but you notice that I didn't say you have to sub. I didn't say you have to dono. You just had to be here, and that's why I was like, that's why I did it that way. I mean, I did it that way because I'm not a jerk, right? It'd be kind of a jerk move to be like, you have to sub to get entered into a Steam gift card giveaway. But like, I mean, I could. But again, requiring you to spend money to enter a giveaway or receive something of value, I would run up against trade commission, federal trade law. So that's why I was like, also, I just wanted people to come hang out and like normalize coming onto the stream. So, okay, greetings from Ukraine. Oh, I love your videos. The chickens are good. Russian soldiers stealing chickens, those jerks. How dare they, sir?
Why the company just ended up...
I mean, they're horrible, but it's also a sign that they're probably starving, honestly. If Russia can't get fuel for their tanks, they definitely can't get food for their soldiers.
Is in the process of what appears to be shutting down. They claim reorganization. Normally that means some form of bankruptcy and then maybe new ownership or selling out shares. But either way,
Yeah, so it sounds like Artesian is has their bank assets frozen. All right, let's see if we can see this. The bank freeze development, that's something. Team won't be able to get on company Twitter. Password change. Oh God. No, guys have stopped doing refunds yesterday. Man, that sounds bad. I would wonder what the deal is here. That's worrying. Normally, if you have to stop issuing refunds or if you've been frozen out of your accounts, sometimes that can be the result of a hack. Sometimes it can be the result of sometimes it can be a sort of internal coup, right? In which enough shareholders agree that some party or parties should no longer have control of the assets. And so they will like dilute it or vote them out or kick them out somehow. And they'll change the passwords and assume control of all the productive assets of the company. I could see that happening where just this Noah Kantz, people are just tired of him and they're just like, no, we've actually voted ourselves or the board and we have a controlling amount of shares. And so we've decided that Noah and his whole team are fired effectively now. And now we control Artesian's stuff.